Hello, my name is Alexis Perez, and this is my submission on information processing and approaches, which was chapter 8 in our textbook. So the first thing that our textbook discussed was information processing theory, and it's basically how people view their environment and take that information and put it into memory that they could retrieve on later. When you're talking about the approaches of the information processing system, the approach is based on the idea that humans can process information that they receive instead of simply responding to external stimuli. So, for example, this could be a person could put their hand on a hot stove, and instead of just releasing it and not knowing why that they're releasing it, they could understand that this is hot. There's 3 components of the information processing theory. It's sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. And this is the model by Atkins and Schifrin, where you have an input, which will go to a sensory memory. And then there will be an intention, which leads to the short-term memory that you're able to recall quickly. So this could be something that a teacher explains to students at the beginning of the class, and then they will regurgitate what they said afterwards. It could go to long-term memory, and an example of this would be a student remember the information from class at a later date for either a state test or an exam on their own. The major type of information processing system is metacognition. It's really important, especially since research has shown that students who have been motivated through metacognition feel more in control of their own learning. The students who use metacognition strategies or who learn from metacognition strategies are more aware of their own thinking and how it's likely to be an active learner within the classroom. There's 4 major advantages of metacognition, and the first one, it changes the fixed versus growth mindset. This just means that you're able to see that a student is able to grow over time instead of that they're fixed within the learning situation. The second advantage is it increases students' ownership of learning and making it more a student-centric learning environment because they're taking control over their own learning processes. It's more passive attitude in relation to scroll and learning. A positive, not passive, excuse my language. Meaning that students are actually more excited to go to classes and stuff. Improved performances, not only academically, but within their relations to their behavioral performance. This is also very important when we're talking about students' growth mentally and psychologically. As they're growing over, they're able to make more better informed decisions based on the information provided. So how can we implicate this into the classroom? There's this nice little chart that categories down. Sorry, I was trying to move this down. That we could use. So you have to be making sure that you're creatively building and designing plans that students are able to use. And then making sure that the evaluation of an exam information is what the students actually need when they're judging it and how they're analyzing. Then you want to make sure that you're using these 3 concepts and applying the creating, the evaluating, and analyzing when you're building different ways that you're presenting your data or like the information you want your students to do. You also want to do different concept checks by making sure that the students are understanding the material that's being there, and you could have the students summarize, explain in their own words, refer or discuss new topics, and then remembering. This could be do things from like lists, identifying, and that kind of stuff. Some examples also could just be having the students have a learning/thinking journals, KWL charts, having essays that the students are reflecting on what they learned and how it implicates on what they're doing. Rules for asking for help we see with Dr. Fazal. She has the Acts 3 before me, so this just is ensuring that the students are going to other peers and actually understanding the assignment that they're doing. Mnemonics, exam wrappers, which basically means that they're explaining information that was given on an exam and how it is good for everything else. Metacognition, talks and reflection. Reciprocal teaching, meaning that you teach the same thing over and over or the same information over and over using different text languages. You can have goal-oriented learning. Traffic lights is like where you have the red, yellow, green. Red is like, I don't know this. Yellow is like, I'm hesitant. Green is like, good, we can move on. Feedback, and then reflective thinking. Thank you.